Hey guys, welcome to this new video. In today's video is gonna be the next piece of content that you guys have been waiting for a while. It's been probably more than a year ago that I shared with you about this real estate project in the south of Vietnam in Mekong Delta, and in today's video we're gonna go through discovering that house that I've been building over a year ago. So if you didn't follow the previous video, I really encourage you to watch them out. I will put everything below in the description. The first video I share with you about the reasons why I decided to buy a land a couple of years ago and why I finally wanted to build a house. I also explain you how everything works on that side. In the second video, the content was an introduction about the construction step, how to build this kind of house, and in today's video I'm gonna bring you all inside the house, and you will see on the back of the house a very nice garden. So to have an overview about this project, you should definitely check the previous videos, and then you will understand the reason why I decided to build that house. So in this house, actually, we are located very near a market over there. You have also some universities. So in terms of location, it's a very good location to set up a house like this one. I also wanted to target the locals. That's why you will see this house is pretty small, but this is actually the standard and what the locals are expecting in this region. So in total we have a surface of land that is around 250 square meters, so it's around 7 meters wide and a little bit more than 25 meters long, and in this land we have around 100 meter square that is constructible. So on your SODO, so on the title of property, you are allowed to build a house that has a surface of 100 square meters. And actually we decided to build a house that is only 50 square meters just because we check around with the neighbor, with the markets, and then with the budget I wanted to put in this investment, the 50 square meters were totally fitting that budget. So we're gonna go through the tour of this house. You see here at the beginning, we always stand in Vietnam, and especially in the region that we have a lot of flooding, like in Mekong Delta, to put the house a little bit higher than the road. If you see, compared to the neighbor house, we have also a gap, and so we bring a lot of sand in this house to be able to have the house that is higher than this part, but is also higher than the streets. So we have around 1 meter from the streets to the house, so we are sure even if it's raining a lot, you won't have any trouble of having water going inside your house. So this project, as I mentioned, is for long-term rental, so we wanted to target locals that are living in this part of the city, and we had for 1 year a family that used to be living here. That's why actually I couldn't release you this video earlier. I was also very busy with other projects. For instance, in November I bought a franchise model that I'm opening in Vietnam, so I was not very focused on this real estate project. That's why this video is a little bit late for you guys. Let's go inside the house to have this house tour. So this is the typical house that you have in Vietnam. You have usually the entrance with a place where people can spend time outside. You also saw that we had a roof here that we had for our previous tenant, and in this part people will usually spend time. So here, before the previous tenant, they had put a sofa, they had the TV here. So this house we decided to rent it not furnished, so everyone can come with their own belongings and set up everything as they want. We also wanted to have windows in all the house, so you know, during the daytime it's still cool because of this vegetation and trees that we have around, and we have this big window that can let the air and the sun enter. Because in Vietnam still people wanna be and wanna feel protected and safe at home, you usually add those kind of things to be sure when this is the weekend people are not breaking into your house. So here this is the bedroom. So usually in the standard typical house in Vietnam is gonna be like this kind of size. You can have a bed that you put here, you can put a wardrobe here. You see that in this room you don't have any window. I asked actually the contractor when we were building that house if it could be interesting to put a window here, and naturally he said that no, because when people are staying inside their bedroom they want to be in the very close area and don't have anything coming from outside. Okay, so let's see the other part of the house. So it was the bedroom here. Here we have a corridor with again some windows to let the sun enter, and actually from here you can see directly the garden of the neighbor. So of course here he put some chickens, but there are some trees, etc. So sometimes it may be a little bit noisy in the morning, you know, all the chickens go to be waking up and then wake you up as well. But this is what you have if you consider to go in rural areas of Vietnam. You will have to cope with some chicken, probably pigs, sometimes dogs, etc. that neighbor will have. So this is the last part of the house. So we have here a small kitchen. So you know in Vietnam they always like to put a lot of different things. So that's why we make it very big. We also put a window here, so if they are cooking or doing anything they can easily open that and all the bad smell is going out. And here, you know, this is usually very strong, and then people can just put all their belongings here. You can consider adding something here if you want to put all the different utensils. This is simple, but this is what we wanted to have with the budget of building that house. Here you have a small lavabo, so we cut actually the electricity and the water, because right now we are waiting for the next tenant to come. The person should come very soon, so that's why we have just a week and a half to shoot that video for you. So here we have the shower and the toilet. In Vietnam this is usually designed like this. It's very simple and everything is in one small location, and then this is how it works here. And then you have the magic things that all the Vietnamese like. I mean, in Asia in general you have to add this if you wanna rent a place for locals. That's something they need to have instead of other toilet paper. And now let's go to the back part of the house, the garden I was mentioning. So you see it's small, people can grow here some vegetable. We actually leave it, so if they want to put some tomatoes, put some trees, etc. The previous tenant didn't want it to grow anything, but it was important for me to leave a part so the tenants can also grow their own vegetables. And I just heard today that this land is on sale. So imagine if you are renting and, for instance, doing those kind of projects, you can find location that the other back part of the house are on sale. So if you want to have an extension in the future, you can just negotiate with that neighbor, potentially buy that land, and then you can imagine you can have a very nice garden on the back of your house. So it can give you some ideas. Is there something you are considering about buying a land and then building your own house to live in Vietnam? So you see this house is pretty simple, but this is actually what we wanted for this real estate project. It was mostly to build a house that could be, you know, at a very competitive rate. So we find a local contractor to do it. Imagine I didn't do it myself. We had sometimes 6 to 10 people working to build that house. It took around 1.5 months to have everything completed. So as soon as you have the proper connection and the proper people that can support you in your journey of building your house, everything can go very fast. Obviously you have to rely on locals of the places you want to do it. So if you want to do it in Buôn Ma Thuột, in Pleiku, I don't know, in very suburb area, don't contact a contractor that will be, you know, in Ho Chi Minh City. You have to go to local contractor and local suppliers every time you want to do that. That was here we hire someone that is living in the town and that has connections and as well as experience to build this kind of house. Now I'm gonna give you a little bit of information about the ROI, so how much I can earn every year based on this investment, but there is something important to emphasize here. The ROI, so return on investment, that I'm gonna share, it's only about the house. So obviously the land here is growing every year, right? So I'm excluding this from the equation. But if you consider the investment that have been put it to build that house and then the money that I get every month from renting it, I'm talking about this return on investments. And here for this project we have something around 15%, so 15% per year, and I'm including here the depreciation of the house, because this kind of house will last for around 30 years. You know, you use materials, but obviously if you wanna do this kind of project, you won't use the premium things. So if you wanna go on something that can last but is still affordable, it gives you an idea of 15% of investment per year. This is not that bad, I think, from foreign people that are watching me right now. So I didn't talk yet about how much it took me in terms of capital to build that house, and I have actually right now a question for you guys. Do you think this house cost me from $10,000 to $20,000, or to $20,000 up to $40,000, or $40,000 plus to build that house? Leave me your thoughts below and tell me how much do you think this house cost me. I will read everything and I'm gonna answer you below in the comment, and I'm gonna reveal you the exact price in the next upcoming video that will be released soon. This time I guarantee I will try to make that video in the next upcoming week, so we have the answer very soon. If you enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up. Check also in the description other resources if you wanna consider doing real estate projects in Vietnam. Either you wanna do those kind of real estate project, building properties to rent it out. Thanks guys again, and I see you in the next video.
Down and I'ma get it right, dead on sight like